Hello, hello. Happy Tuesday. Hope you're having a great morning so far. This is another episode of Tease Tao. And if you join me, thank you for joining me. If you watch this for replay, please comment and let me know. And if you jump on here live, please say hi to me. It helps. Today we're talking about fear. And if you jump on and say hi to me, that helps me to overcome some of my fears too. I love sharing my journey with you because I have spent the last many years working on self-growth and trying to overcome some of the things that held me back or made me make mistakes in the past. And by sharing them with you, it helps me to realize how far I've come, but it also I feel a responsibility to be able to share this and hopefully to help someone else. If I could even touch one other person, I've fulfilled my dream. So what I want you to do today is think about some of your biggest goals or your biggest dreams, and have you accomplished them? And if you haven't accomplished them, what has held you back? Why haven't you? And if you're like most people, the biggest answer to that is fear. It could be anxiety. It could be the fear of the uncertainty. Stepping out of our comfort zone really takes effort. Or it could be fear of failure. And what I want you to consider is, what would life look like if you didn't have fear? Just imagine what you could accomplish and where your life would be if fear wasn't holding you back. And fear is one of the things that it can stop us in our track. It can make us put things off, which eventually can lead to regrets because we didn't do the things that we really wanted to do. And let me back up. And so self-esteem, which I've talked about in some of these episodes, self-esteem can really lead to a lot of that fear. And you've heard me talk about my issues with self-esteem, but actually by starting to, you don't have to have perfect self-esteem to start following your goal or doing something that you want to do, because as you start to do it, and you see those little accomplishments, that helps your self-esteem. And as you continue on and you have your little wins, that helps your self-esteem. That builds your confidence. So each little win builds your confidence more and more. So you don't have to have perfect self-esteem to get started. When I started my Lime Life business, I had many of the fears that I hear people say to me as I talk to them about this as an opportunity, or as I observe women who are stuck in a situation or in a rut that they are afraid to step out of for whatever type of fear that may be that's holding them back. And some of the things, what I want to share with you today are some of the things that I worked on or that I learned as I was working on my self-development to help me overcome some of the fears and that were holding me back. One of the things is feeling that I hear all the time is, well, I'm not good enough at it yet. I really want to do this, but I'm not good enough at it yet. Well, if you wait for perfection, you're going to be waiting forever. It's never going to be perfect. So what my advice is with that is learn the basics and get started. And then you learn as you grow. As you go, you're going to learn more and more, and you're going to perfect that. But if you wait for perfection, you're never going to get started. And really, if you're in a business like I'm in, what I always tell my business partners is your network enjoys learning with you as you go. So they don't expect or want to see perfection. They want to see a real person, and they want to learn with you as you grow. So that is a great way of getting started. Just learn the basics and then start, and then you will perfect it as you continue on. Another one that I hear a lot of times is it's not the right time. Again, just like perfection, it's never going to be the right time. There's always going to be things that come up. I think of this as a lot of times when you think of having a baby, your first child particularly, well, it's not the right time. I really want to do this, or it's not the right time. This is causing, this is going to stop me from doing this. It's never going to be the right time. There's always going to be things that come up. And actually, I'm someone that the more busy I am, the more I stay on track. If I have too much free time, then I don't get anything done. So sometimes just adding that in and getting started, even though you're busy, really helps to keep you more regimented and more structured as you go through it. Another one is fear of failure. One, we've all failed at something at some time, but you know what? You're still here. You're still thriving, and everything is a lesson, and you learned from that when you either learned it wasn't right for you, or you learned from your mistakes of maybe how to do it, that you need to do it differently. And if you can realize or think of it as you are exactly where you're meant to be right now. Whatever happened for a reason, and you're exactly where you're meant to be right now. And if you can think of it that way, it's easier to see everything as a gift. So with that fear of failure, that's a very common fear. And I love the saying of, what if I fail? And the saying is, oh, but darling, what if you fly? So that fear of failure, you don't know if you're going to fail or not. It's always a possibility, but you just learn from it and pick yourself up and go on. But if you can think of it as, instead of thinking about what if I fail, think of what life would look like if you succeed. Think about what you could accomplish if you succeed. So instead of thinking what could go wrong, think of what would happen if it goes right. And if you can kind of work on those kinds of mindset things, that can help you overcome some of those kinds of fears. When I started my Lime Life business, there was at one point that I had all those fears, but I just closed my eyes and jumped in. And sometimes that's what you have to do. You have to just close your eyes, jump in, trust the process, and trust God. Trust that this is the path for you. And if you can do that, that can help you to get started. And what also can be helpful is speaking your dream into existence. Start saying it out loud. Start saying it as if you truly believe that you can do this. Start saying it as if you believed you're on your way, and just speaking positively and optimistically about that to others. One, you may pull others in who can help you. You're going to find people who can help you, but it really helps you to start moving forward and turning that positivity into positive actions. So if you turn your doubts into words of confidence, you're going to then, your body, your actions, everything will start going along with it. It really is, those are things that really help me, that I learned as I've gone through this. But if you can, it really is how you respond to fear that sets you apart from the rest of the world. And it is time now to tap into your inner power. So I hope these are things that have helped. They definitely were things that helped me. They're things that I teach my business partners as we go along. But fears are out there, but there are strategies that you can use to overcome those fears. So I hope that helped you today. I'm going to, as I go through these each week, I'm not always going to be on a serious topic. I want us to be able to have some fun. Thank you for joining me. If you, please let me know if you watch this in replay. I would love to hear from you. And if you have a topic that you would like for us to talk about, let me know that too. So you guys have a great rest of the day, and I will see you next week for Tease Tao. Bye-bye.